So what does it involve? What does facility management involve? What's it all about?
Okay, facility management involves the coordinated management of people, place, processes, and technology. And the essence of that is to ensure that we bring comfort to people.
And yeah, we're back again. It's another episode of the Project Souq Grandeur Podcast. I still remain Emmanuel Danny, your usual host. And you all know that the Project Souq Grandeur Podcast is a platform which actually brings experts to share their knowledge and insights on their industry as it pertains to the real estate value chain. Today, we're facing something very, very, very unique. Facility management. I know you didn't see that one coming. But anyway, I've got an expert in the building. His name is Mr. Alex, and he's going to be letting us in about everything that entails facility management. So thank you, Mr. Alex, for coming.
My name is Alex Odewale, and I'm a facility manager. I work with West Norwood Realties. So we manage a couple of estates, residential estates, commercial estates, and mixed estates. So we are into the business. So we are here for anything that the audience want to know about facility management.
Yeah, in fact, that's exactly why we are here because they want to know.
Yeah.
People are just hearing about facility management for the first time. I'm
Yeah.
pretty unsure. So what does it involve? What does facility management involve? What's it all about?
Okay, facility management, for the purpose of the discussion, I will just shorten it as FM, involves coordinated management of people, place, processes, and technology. And the essence of that is to ensure that we bring comfort to people. You will agree with me that a lot of money is spent these days to get a space and all of that. People expect that, yes, I must have value for this money. There are some people behind, creating such values, and these are facility managers, and that's what we do. We look at, ensuring that people have comfort in their homes. You are secured, you have a clean environment, your drainage, everything is flowing well. We also ensure that the your waste which you generate also are picked at the right time. So these are all things that we do. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of developers nowadays just focus on construction and sales, and then that's it for them. But at what point do you think facility management should come in?
Um, that is a big mistake, a big error actually to most of the developers. I think in the year 2016, I as a person advised my own management then when the company I work with to tell them that the future is facility management because we're into construction, we're into sales, marketing, and all of that. And the back end, we're not looking at it. So it was at that time that we introduced facility management into the team. And I let them to understand that facility manager to be at the conceptual stage, the stage where the visionary, the owner of the idea, is sitting to say that this is what I want to do, right? Facility management has to come into place. Why? Because you are looking at creating value for people, right? And developer only focus on let me finish the building and hand it over the key. What happened after? And don't forget that the essence that you develop today and you hand it over to people, after 2 years, what happened? 5 years, what happened? 10 years, what happened? So these are the things that facility managers will help you, right? To, put all the dots together and advise you on all the things that you need to know. One, to select, your equipment, infrastructure development, all of those things are things that we are going to advise you to your operating costs after you have handed over. And also who are going to manage this estate that you're actually putting in place. What are the documents, legal document that you have in place to communicate to, the subscribers that this is how the estate is going to run after you have given it to them. Don't forget that subscriber only bought into a space, right? You have the entire common areas, road networks, you have swimming pool, you have the basketball court, you have all of those that have to, give comfort to these people. Who are the people that are going to manage? From the conceptual stage, you have to define all of this and put it into, your overall concept. And that's what you are going to say to people. And I tell you that if you even do it this way, people will appreciate, what you are giving to them because it's from end to end. They know that after you finish their building, you have actually helped them also to plan the sustainability of those buildings, of those properties. So that's that. So or the developer should, from conceptual stage, sit down with facility managers and show the plan, and let's see how this is going to go.
Own your dream home through Mreef Mortgage. Get properties with good title documents available for sale at low mortgage interest at 9.75% with up to 20 years payment tenure. Process time 4 to 6 weeks. Contact us today to take advantage of this opportunity.
Thank you very much. I like how you even touched on the long-term value and marketability of these things. But now, for property developers, what are some of the common mistakes they make when it comes to property management, facility management?
Okay. Like I said, facility management is evolving, and a lot of people, a lot of developers don't know about it, and they made a lot of mistakes. Right? It is when they are actually handing over these properties to people that they now know that, oh, we need this, right? But that's number one mistake. The knowledge that knowledge gap, that they don't know, right? It's a mistake from beginning, right? So, and also now, why that is, you see an estate, maybe of 100 people, and you see the water infrastructure in place, maybe the tank of water and all of that. Some way the tank are not even old for 50, right? Some developers, they are building for 200 units, and maybe because you have sold 100, let's just do that overhead tank for just 100, and that's it. And at the middle, there's problem. So that knowledge gap is a very big mistake on on their side. Then number two is documentation, improper documentation and handing over. And what do I mean by that is, when if you look at the document being given to subscribers, it just cover all the things about their property. There's nothing being defined about, the common areas, who is going to manage and all of that. It's not total, right? And that brings a lot of backlash at the end of the day. That's why you see developer going to court today that this is you, this is that. But because those things are not defined, you have never for once, inform the subscriber that this is how it's going to be. Because of course, developer also, the server also have the rights, right? You give them some rights, whatever you do, so that they also know that, okay, this is what we do. How do we come about, improving the infrastructure after 10 years, after 20 years, after 30 years? So that the brand, don't forget, the brand of the developer is very important. So if you put all of those things in place, it also ensures that you can always tell anybody, go and look at that asset, I built it. If you are handing over to the subscribers, it states clearly in your paper. So those improper documentation is also an issue. Then we talk of governance. Governance in asset management means that you have to define the roles of the developer while after you have built the estate. Let's say you built a space, and you have to define what is my role after I've handed over to you. Governance will define that. What is the role of the subscriber? That is the document where everything is clearly stated. What is the role of the facility manager? If you are being facility manager, what is their role? So that when you are going to market to go and get a facility, you already know what they are coming to do, right? They are not the one to tell you that this is what is going to be, right? So that is also a mistake on the part of the developer. So these are the common mistakes developer makes.
I know people have been complaining about service charge. And it's a normal thing for Nigerians anyway. When it involves money, there's always going to be a complaint and all. So, but now, as a facility manager, how do you balance quality, delivering quality, and then also cost efficiency? How do you balance those ends?
Okay. The truth of the matter is, a facility manager must be anything that involves costs, that involves fund, money, right? Being entrusted to you as a facility manager. One is you must be transparent. Transparency, and accountability makes the whole thing to be very easy, right? And I must be able to say that this is what I want to do as facility manager. You have given this space. I've gone through, what you are putting into my hands. I have to, first conduct my assessment, right? We call it facility assessment, right? You assess the facility, know the state of the infrastructure, know the state of everything, the common areas, right? What is the state of the swimming pool? What is the state of the generator? Is the pumps, are they working? Do we need to be replaced? That's when you are coming on board, right? You have to make all of those things. And that report must also get back to either the developer or the body, right? Now, from there, your budget comes in. Don't forget your budget. We have operating costs and you have capex. That's capital costs. Capital costs are those costs that for your infrastructure. Maybe this transformer is bad. This transformer will not last us for. This generator is already overdue. We need to change it. All of those things needs to be defined by the facility manager. That these are these. It will involve your report to show, right? The owners will see, then you bring a cost. Do you understand? That's transparency. They will know that, okay, this is what we are going to do, and everybody will agree. This is how we want to go about it. Okay, still manage this thing since it's at the tail end of its life cycle. Still manage for 2 years. Then after 2 years, we change. There must be that agreement and that one voice. So a facility manager in managing fund and also in allocating service charge must be transparent. Must be transparent. Now, you call something service level agreement, right? Which has to be defined. Okay, you are brought me into this space. We normally carry our waste must be disposed every week. What is the cost of disposing waste every week per house? Let them know, and it's defined. If we are doing what's it called? Water supply, treatment, and all of that. What's the cost of supply of getting water to the homes of the residents? What are the maintenance we are going to do per time? Generator servicing and all of that. You have to define each line item and make it known to the homeowners and also the developer. So everybody is on the same page. Then from there, the service charge is drawn. So if you do it that way, and as you also implement the service charge, as you implement, you draw your budgets and all of that, at the beginning of the year. Then as the year is going, you'll be giving updates, right, month to month, and carry people along. When you are transparent with your costs, it has to do with a lot of integrity and transparency here. That's the truth about it. And one thing that facility manager must do is also to communicate. This happened, and it is what happened, not that you are fabricating it. Do you understand? You work with people, you must be able to show to people that this happened and this is what we want to do, right? Take a picture, take videos, send it, let them see. Do you understand? That also is very important. And you also monitor your budget. Monitoring your budget and reporting the expense as it goes out. People see. So that way, it will for you to allocate your service charge will be very, very easy.
Okay, so thank you very much for that. I like that explanation. Now, for we have residentials and then we have commercial, and we have the mixed, which is residential and commercial. What are the key differences of managing these facilities or these developments?
The truth of the matter is, the user experience. When I say user experience now, you talk of the residents of that space. The user experience of all of this is differs. The user, what their expectation, differs. Now, for a residential estate, people want to come home to their home. When you say home, it should be home. I'm here, I'm comfortable. I have my water, everything is flowing. Everything is working. She understand, no headache. We've paid for these things, we must have it. She understand. So that is very key. And by the time you're able to give that to residential, you understand, you have succeeded. But when it comes to commercial now, don't forget commercial, their own is they want to maximize profit. Their own is very different. And we are just like a third party there because they have their customer coming and also they too. So that means we must ensure that we meet their own need as well as the need of their customers. Because it's commercial. Do you understand? So you must ensure that their also expectations are also met at every point in time. Do you understand? So that's the difference. I'm coming home, I want to be comfortable. Is profitability. What's one? So by the time you are not giving water, there's no what, how, why, or power. You understand? Some people use this thing that by the time you take power for maybe 15, 10, 5 minutes, it's a lot for them. So you can't be speaking English and say, you must be able to ensure that you are on your toe at every point in time, that all of those things are delivered. Is service, pure service. So then when you talk of the mix, the mix is a bit complex. And why complex? Because you are mixing between people that want a bottom line to be met and also people that want comfort. You understand? So that also is a challenge also to facility managers, and you need experienced facility manager to actually manage a mixed environment. You understand? Because it's a different the expectation, is different.
In a city like Lagos, yeah, what are some of those operational challenges that facility managers face?
Okay, the major challenge, let me say, major challenge that we face in Lagos, is actually we talk of power. You understand? Energy costs. In fact, we cannot even know from February to date. If you look at what's happening in FM, we presented a budget early in the year. Diesel was at 1,011. The Iran US issue came up, and diesel as far 2019. How do we want to? You understand? So you now ask me, how do you want to fund your budget? Because that is times two of energy costs, and all other costs are already benchmarked. So power, energy is a big issue, right? And also, when the government policy is so weak that any external can throw you off balance. So all of these things are issues to us. Power. Then we talk of water. If you major area in Lagos, the water is bad. They are not. You can't use the water unless you treat and all of that. So what you see yourself being is, you know, continuous, treatment and all of that. A lot of process go into that, right? So for you to be able to make the water fit for people to use, a lot of processes that are behind the scene. And when you talk of water treatment, it's also a cost. So that's when you see that we don't joke with water with anybody. We don't joke with water because if you waste that water, is expensive. So because one, you talk of the energy that you use to pump and treat and all of that, then you talk of the chemicals and everything and all of the manpower that you use. So that's it. Then number three is the flooding issue, right? This is rainy season now. You see everywhere, because of lack of drainage around. Even within the estate, there are some developer that you see the drainage that they are putting into their estate is very narrow and all of that. And when rain comes, you see issues, within the estate. Major roads flooded, affecting homes. Facility manager will be called from left to right and all of that. So these are major issues, operational challenge that we face as facility manager in Lagos.
Right. So good. Yeah, you did mention energy, flooding, and all that. But I think one major thing that people are actually curious about is security.
Yeah, security.
So how does facility managers help in this issue, especially when it comes to development, new developments and all? What role do facility facility
So
managers
so
play
so
in
so
this?
thank you. And thank you for where we are coming from. Talking about the involvement of facility manager, from the conception stage. And these are the things. Developer only believe that security is all about perimeter protection. That by the time you have perimeter fence around your estate, that is all. And it goes beyond that.
Own your dream home through Mreef Mortgage. Get properties with good title documents available for sale at low mortgage interest at 9.75% with up to 20 years payment tenure. Process time for to 6 weeks. Contact us today to take advantage of this opportunity.
And the way things are evolving now, in terms of security, you need to think technology, right? You talk about CCTV, you talk about parental protection, which is one fencing, then you put concertina wire, electric fencing and all of that into play. Then you talk about CCTV monitoring. You talk about access control, access control. Because these days, you just put guards, human beings, which can be bought. But what we are changing to now is technology, access control that uses code and all of that. There are some sticker you put on your vehicle, when it comes close to fire pay or service charge, the it will open and resident will go in, right? So these are the things. So we move, from where we are, right? And most developer, what they just put in place for you is perimeter fencing, and that's all. So when you come into an estate, it now become an issue. We need CCTV, we need access control, we need that's for fire fighting and all of that. Which is part of security. Most estates don't have fire hydrants. It is when fire happen, you know that, oh, we are open, we don't have anything, right? Estate is meant to be developed, with fire hydrants and also a mini water station, a mini fire station that have, fire pump. So that there's a pump dedicated to, fight those that meant to service those hydrants when it happens. You just go there on the pump, you get water in your hydrant, you're able to fight, and also call the Lagos State Fire Service, to come and help. But at least you are going to be the one to be there to do all of this before it happens. But how many say have all of this that we are talking about? You can it's not even up to 5% in Lagos today. So these are the issues. And that's where we can secure people properly.
So now I'm pretty much sure that most of the property investors who are watching this would definitely be hyped about getting a facility manager. So what are the qualities that they need to look out for before they actually say, okay, this is a quality facility manager? So what are those core qualities that a facility manager should have?
Okay. You see, as if I will tell you for me that one, you look at the company experience. And when you look at experience people with technical know-how, you know, technical know-how is let me expertise. You did guy really know what they are bringing on board, right? Then you look at how they are transparent in their fund management, revenue generation and all of that. These are the things that you look at. Then you also look at the company itself. What is the brand? Integrity is very important. Everybody wants to associate with a brand that has integrity. So these are the things that they are core competence that you have to look at. Financial skill, technical know-how, and all of that.
So what opportunities do you see for young individuals who are trying to or planning to apply this trade?
A lot, a lot of opportunities, because in the environment we are, you can see that a lot of exit is coming up, right? And what do you need to have as a person, to become a facility manager? The willingness, just have the mind that yes, I want to be. It's a very tasky job, I can tell you, because our phone is always busy at any time. In fact, it can be on a Sunday that you'll be called on, or the time that you believe nothing will happen. So you have to have that willingness that yes, I want to be, right. And I tell young people out there that they should have interest in it, because a lot of estates is coming up. Who are going to we need people to manage those estates. And with the rate of unemployment in the country, people should the young ones should develop, um they should have interest, in facility management, because what do you need to have? Willingness to, meet with people, you have people skill, you know your figures, your service charge, what is the cost of this, what is that, and all of that. Integrity. I will always say this: if you are not an open person, you don't know how to approach people, you don't know how to engage people, you cannot be. But your engagement with people, the way you relate with people, your openness, people will see that immediately they have one-on-one with you. You understand? Don't forget that the investors there, or the homeowners and all that, they see all of these things once. By the time you are talking to people, this one cannot be. You know. So I tell young ones that you should develop these things. These are skills that will make young ones to become efficient facility managers.
All right, so to wrap up here, it's been a very, very interesting episode so far. But just not to cap it all, If you could change something about how Nigerians maintain and manage properties, what would it be?
Um, I will change people's mentality. Actually, yes, it's a mentality issue that you see maintenance as a cost, as a burden, right?
Mm.
Don't forget that maintenance is an investment to, add value and protect your assets. That mentality has to change from this is a burden. Why would I be servicing my AC? How will I? The AC is nothing happened to the AC. The AC that you're supposed to service maybe every quarter. Let the AC be running. Nothing. No. Because by the time you invest in it, you're actually, prolonging the lifespan of that AC, right? But people see it as a burden. Ah, this money, no, no, let me use it for another thing instead of the AC is still cooling. Well, so why do we need to? No, our maintenance culture has to do with our mentality, and we need to change that. And that also includes the building that we live in, right? Maintaining a building, protect that building, you know, also improve the lifespan of that building, of that property. Don't forget, you are just adding to it. The property manager will say, when they come, value of this property, for that is maybe 2 million before, 10 million is 20 million, is 100 million. Those value have to be seen. You understand? So, and how do you see those? It's maintenance. It's maintenance. So that mentality has to change.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. This
Thank
has
you.
been another very insightful one. But I'm happy that we had this guest here today who has actually broadened my scope and then writing about that.
Thank you.
So if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to share. Tell your friends about the Project Souq Grandeur podcast. Remember, you always learn something that pertains to real estate on this particular show. My name is Emmanuel Daniji. It's been great having you. Subscribe, like, share, and keep spreading the word. So we'll come again on the next episode. Stay blessed.